Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Believe you me, every square up to today, no matter what it's called, it's going to be called. As of today, Freedom Square in every city of our country. Nobody is going to break us. We are strong. We are Ukrainians.
Supreme Master Qinghai respectfully present the Shining World Leadership Award for Bravery to His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy, with high salute and deep admiration for the extraordinary leadership and noble spirit you have demonstrated in defending the freedom and sovereignty of Ukraine. May you and the brave people of Ukraine always be shielded through God's protection and blessings. May the freedom that you and your people treasure and protect above your life will forever prevail by heaven's decree. Ukraine's President, His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy, a global symbol of courage and hope in a time of crisis. Continue watching to find out more.
Go ahead and make war as if you are not hated enough by all the people already.
When you visit the beautiful Central African Republic, you can show your friendliness to the locals by saying Tonga Nanien, which means how are you, in Sango, one of the country's official languages. My name is Adeline. The considerate inhabitants of the Central African Republic, thank you for being good stewards of our earth and one another in divine love. Welcome to our show, Ukraine's President, His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy, a global symbol of courage and hope in a time of crisis. During the few weeks since Russian troops invaded Ukraine on February 24th, Ukraine's President, His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy, has risen to the occasion as a fearless leader, giving his all to defend, guide, and support his country and fellow citizens. Despite urgent pleas from other government leaders for him and his family to evacuate to a safe location, he insisted on staying in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, in his country with his people. With the help of social media, the news of his action quickly won him international admiration, as people describe President Zelenskyy as a hero, a symbol of Ukrainian resistance. On March 1st, in an urgent speech to the European Parliament seeking more support, he looked the audience straight in the eye while speaking from the heart on behalf of his people, which brought tears to the eyes of his translator.
We are fighting just for our land and for our freedom, despite the fact that all the cities of our country are now blocked. Nobody is going to enter and intervene without freedom and country. Believe you me, every square up to today, no matter what it's called, it's going to be called. As of today, Freedom Square in every city of our country. Nobody is going to break us. We are strong. We are Ukrainians.
When President Zelenskyy appeared on screen in early March to address the public in major European cities such as Frankfurt, Paris, and Prague, he was met with huge crowds and cheers. The people are demanding that their governments do more to help and support Ukraine. In a short period, His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy has unified not just his nation, but the entire Western world, winning the hearts and minds of the people with his bravery, steadfast efforts, and loving devotion to his country that shines through his simple, sincere words. However, a hero is not made overnight. Before becoming a global household name, who was Volodymyr Zelenskyy? How did he become Ukraine's president at 44 years of age? How did he become the person he is today? Let's find out. On January 25, 1978, Volodymyr Alexandrovich Zelenskyy was born into a Jewish family in the city of Kryvyi Rih in central Ukraine. His father was a university professor and computer scientist, and his mother used to work as an engineer. After obtaining a law degree, Volodymyr decided to pursue his passion for becoming an artist and entertainer. His talent in comedy was apparent when he won the national comedy competition KVN, or Club of the Funny and Inventive, at 19. The team he belonged to was called Kvartal 95, which became the name of the TV studio and production company he founded in 2003. He once stated that the objective of the Kvartal 95 studio is to make the world a better place, a kinder and more joyful place, with the help of those tools that we have, which are humor and creativity. A rising star on the silver screen, Mr. Zelenskyy played the leading role in several films, such as Corporal vs. Napoleon, Love in the Big City and its sequels, 8 First Dates and its sequels, as well as office romance Our Time. His voice became familiar to children as the dubbed Ukrainian voice of the beloved animated character Paddington Bear.
То вважайте, її мрія здійснилась. Тітко Люсі! Paddington.
In 2006, he partnered with professional dancer Olena Shoptenko, and the pair won the premiere season of Ukraine's Dancing with the Stars TV program. Perhaps Mr. Zelenskyy's inspiration to become president comes from the political satire Servant of the People, produced by the Kvartal 95 studio. In this hugely popular TV series that aired from 2015 to 2019, Mr. Zelenskyy plays a high school history teacher who unexpectedly becomes the Ukrainian president and sets out to rid the government of corruption. Reflecting the political views of many Ukrainian people, the show evolved to become a grassroots movement, leading to the formation of the political party Servant of the People in 2018. Mr. Zelenskyy announced his candidacy for the presidency on New Year's Eve of the same year and eventually won the election in a landslide in April 2019. In the parliamentary election 3 months later, Servant of the People won the majority of seats.
A vegetable diet is more substantial and health-preserving. Meat stimulates gross passions in man and vitiates or impairs the bloodstream, rendering the brain unfit for serious spiritual effort. The Reverend Dexter Crochet Debu, vegetarian.
Treasured viewers, let's take a moment now to hear a brief message. We'll be right back here on Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show on His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy, who has demonstrated the resilience and fortitude of the Ukrainian people in their fight against the Russian invasion. Mr. Zelenskyy's presidential campaign was unconventional. Instead of going to campaign rallies or interviewing with the mainstream media, he mainly used social media and his own production company, Kvartal 95, to speak to the people directly. In an interview with the German weekly news magazine Der Spiegel, he said, "I want to bring professional, decent people to power and would really like to change the mood and timbre of the political establishment as much as possible." However, to revive a country desperately in need of reform, to challenge the establishment, to curb the influence of powerful business oligarchs, to appease people of different cultural backgrounds and roots, to walk the delicate diplomatic lines between countries, and to guide people through the COVID-19 pandemic are no small feats. President Zelenskyy took on his duties with his usual honest, straightforward, down-to-earth, and no-nonsense style. He replaced 20 out of 24 governors of Ukraine's oblasts. He cancelled the annual Kyiv Independence Day parade to reduce costs to supply veterans' funds. His bill to implement measures to undermine the political influence of Ukraine's oligarchs was passed into law in September 2021. He fulfilled his promise to reform Ukraine's referendum law, and the new law allows the people to vote on amendments to the Ukrainian constitution, a democratic and modern practice. The Donbas region of Ukraine has been plagued with conflicts between Russia, Ukraine, and pro-Russian separatist groups since 2014. Despite multiple ceasefire agreements over the years, the fighting has continued with increasing influence from Russia. Before his presidency, Mr. Zelenskyy had performed for Ukrainian troops and made financial contributions to the army. As president, he engaged in conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin and signed a ceasefire agreement with the separatists, which sadly failed to prevent further violations. The tension with Russia kept mounting in 2021, which led to the full-scale invasion in February 2022. Right before the war broke out, President Zelenskyy released a recorded speech in Russian, appealing to the citizens of Russia to try and stop the unthinkable. He said,
And if the Russian leaders don't want to sit with us behind the table for the sake of peace, maybe they will sit behind the table with you. Do Russians want the war? I would like to know the answer. But the answer depends only on you, citizens of the Russian Federation.
Immediately after Russia's assault, Mr. Zelenskyy declared martial law and cut diplomatic ties with Russia. Refusing the assistance he was offered to leave the country during the heated conflict, he chose to remain in the capital, saying, "I need ammunition, not a ride." Since then, His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy has frequently posted virtual messages, delivered timely reports on the truth of the war, and encouraged his fellow country people, which has attracted global attention and mobilized international assistance.
Всім добрий вечір. Лідер фракції тут.
We are all here. Our soldiers are here. Our citizens are here. And we are here. We defend our independence. We are doing everything on our part to make the agreement work. This is one of the main tasks for today. Let's see if we can go further in our negotiation process. Let's pray for our military. Let's help our civilians. Let's work for peace. Glory to Ukraine.
All through the hard times, President Zelensky's loving wife of 19 years has remained faithfully by his side. First Lady, Her Excellency Olena Zelenska, wrote on Instagram, "I will not have panic and tears. I will be calm and confident. My children are looking at me. I will be next to them and next to my husband and with you." During the recent conferences with Supreme Master Television team members on the current state in Ukraine, Supreme Master Qinghai commented several times on the outstanding leadership of His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The following is from a discussion on March 18th.
President Zelenskyy visited wounded soldiers recovering at a military hospital. He also awarded the troops and hospital workers with medals. It shows Zelenskyy has a very good heart and he's a kind leader.
That's the way he should do anyway. It's good. He seems to be a very kind and reasonable guy.
Yes.
And at least he sticks his neck out for his country.
Yes.
He's not a coward and he's not running away. He's the main reason that the soldiers are fighting well and hard.
Yes.
He makes a good example. He encourages them. He inspires them.
Supreme Master Qinghai respectfully present the Shining World Leadership Award for Bravery to His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy with high salute and deep admiration for the extraordinary leadership and noble spirit you have demonstrated in defending the freedom and sovereignty of Ukraine. May you and the brave people of Ukraine always be shielded through God's protection and blessings. May the freedom that you and your people treasure and protect above your life will forever prevail by heaven's decree.
Supreme Master Qinghai is deeply grateful to the most merciful, beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy and/or any good cause over the years as a humble vessel for Here's compassion and love toward Here's precious children. The war continues as we speak, but with their president among them, the Ukrainian people continue to maintain their spirit and hope. Our hearts and prayers are with His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy, his family, and the Ukrainian people. May you stay safe and sound through God's protection, and may the war end quickly with the intervention of the international community and from the high heavens.
Have an abortion? Don't you wish your mother would have done the same to you? 」
「 Loving viewers, thank you for joining us today during Ukraine's President, His Excellency Volodymyr Zelenskyy, a global symbol of courage and hope in a time of crisis. Coming up next is Supreme Master Qinghai's thoughts on the urgent situation in Ukraine, Part 5 of 8 on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News. May peace and safety be restored on this planet through God's love and mercy.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/MOS.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/MOS.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/MOS.
我们的节目提供多种语言，请看 suprememastertv.com/schedule 和 suprememastertv.com/MOS。